بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل Muhammad. Our lecture today is gonna be around the subject of Allah's miracle and teleportation. Many people think and they have really this strong feeling that Allah's Quran doesn't talk about anything except religion, and we always said religion connect with science and science connect with religion, and both connect with each other to perform and to pursue what Allah wants from us. Allah Azza wa Jalla wants from us. Regarding teleportation, always been a science fiction, but as we even mentioned before, science fiction has this background of it did happen before for us to think about it. Like anything we can imagine, it can happen. The imagination platform that Allah gave us in our brain is made of reality mixed together. For example, if I'm gonna think about a horse that fly, I use two concepts, a horse and a bird, and I get the wings for the bird attached to the horse. So now we can have horse that fly. Regarding teleportation, we need at the very beginning to understand what is exactly matter. And based on this understanding, we can perform. مثلا, can we teleport? Can we have this technology in the future, or did the people before us in history they had this kind of technology? And many people think the history before us is or the people in the history before us, they were very so stupid, and we were or dumb, and we are so smart because we have new computers and all this technology. In reality, we'll see what's going on. Regarding matter, Allah Azza wa Jal, He created matter from atoms. He made matter basically from atoms. And atoms, if we look at them, we have in the middle proton and neutron, and we have electron that orbit them, continuously orbit them. If we go inside proton and neutron, even smaller, in a smaller scale, we find something called quarks. And those quarks, they have different forces, strong forces or heavy forces or neutral forces, in each cell. Over here now we start asking, what is smaller than quarks? In 1969 they start asking what's smaller than atom, and then they find quarks, and for sure if they do something there will be something smaller. But at the end we don't care anymore if there's something small or not, because we found out something vibrating inside them. There's a vibration. This vibration is what make things have identity. Let's say we have two matter. We have one gold and one regular, let's say, copper. Okay, the gold one, the quarks that exist on, they have this type of vibration that vibrate as a quark, and with the copper we have that things inside it that vibrate as a copper. The only thing is the vibration. If someone smart will ask, can we vibrate the copper in the same way the vibration of gold, and then we will have gold? No, we cannot do that. We cannot. No, we cannot do that. There's a secret inside what we call it alchemist, not the chemistry, alchemistry. Yes, they used to be able to do it, but this is very old knowledge. And if we one day we go deep in it, for example, we go more deeper in it, we might understand how to transfer those two. But in reality now we cannot do it. Why? Because there's a barrier that Allah Azza wa Jal created for this vibration to always stay inside. Okay. Now we understand through this vibration make the density. What we call it dense. A human being, let's say, we give it a scale 10/10, the human body's density. Okay? And then we go to different world, the jinn world, the jinn, they live around us in different dimension, in the same world that we live on, but different dimension. They have the density of 5/10, the half of our density, body density. That's why they can go through walls. They can go from place to place faster than us, because they have less density. and angels, they have 1/10 the density. Yeah, they are much better than us 10 times, and they're better than the jinn 5 times. Look how they can fly from place to place. If we go from, this is the matter world, the material world. How is it affected by the spiritual world? When a person, before, let's say, he start to reading Quran, and when you start reading Quran, there's a pressure that always make you feel tired, you want to sleep. And we always feel, when we start reading Quran too much, or we start getting more religious, we start having this, you start being tired. Even now in this now, if I want to talk about this, always any place that there's we are mentioning Allah Azza wa Jal, or we're mentioning Ahl Bayt, always there gonna be people are listening, not just us, people from jinn, or evil people from angels. Those people, because I told you, they are sitting next to us, their vibration, their body vibration is different than us, so it's gonna affect us. They will be very heavy on us. That's why we feel tired. But what's the connection between those two words? The more you become spiritual by time, your atoms will start changing. In what way? The vibration of atom will start changing. And if we open the atom, one time I read a book, it was like 200 page, and only one information is good about it, is saying, let's say we bring an atom as, like we bring a machine that will make one atom as big as a football field. Okay, all this football field, only one electron is turning around this football field. Yeah, the football field will be an atom, and then let's put a mosquito inside this football field. That will be the proton and neutron, and all this empty space will be nothing, will be vacuum. This is how our atoms are. Yeah, inside there's one mosquito, and all this football field is empty, and across this football field it will be what? Will be the electron that's moving around. Look how empty is it inside. So scientists now, they will say it is empty because it should be like this. But in reality, all this emptiness is filled by something else. It's filled by the spirit, the energy of spirit. We said before, our spirit, it's not inside our body. We have something called nafs, the self, that we call it me. Ego, like we call it in philosophy, egotism. We call it like, yes, yes. We call it, this is the atom, all this emptiness inside atom, it's not empty. Actually, it's filled with energy. And this energy, what make you you? What's make you you? That's why for example, from hydrogen, we make the nuclear bomb. From few atoms, look how powerful is it when we smash it. So this emptiness came from different field that it's like a generation. It's not generation, it's generator. You get the power from this generator. Okay, if you're always connected to this generator, your spirit, you're connected to what Allah created. Allah, the spirit. You cancel. So all this energy go through your atoms, and then atoms give you the energy, the spiritual energy. Okay, so when, for example, when you become more spiritual, you read more Quran, you do more a'mal, you do more prayers, what's gonna happen? Your atoms will vibrate different, in a different form. So when they vibrate more, your body will be less dense. You'll have less density. And this less density will make you even to see things more clearly around you, to see things that nobody can be able to see it, or to feel things that no one can feel it except few people. What's my example for that? Anybody can claim anything, but if he doesn't give a proof for that, it will be nothing. For example, we'll look at Surah Al-Isra. Surah Al-Isra, it has very, very, very beautiful secret in it if someone read it at the very beginning. And I'm gonna read in Arabic, and then I'm gonna translate it to English. He say, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Subhana alladhi asra bi'abdihi laylan min al-masjid al-haram ila al-masjid al-aqsa. He's saying glory to Allah Azza wa Jal, who did take his servant for journey by night from the sacred mosque to the furthest mosque. Okay, يعني there's something called like there's some sort of teleportation. If someone read Arabic and he become more expert in the Arabic language, he will say that there's two words that are continuously repeating. He say at the beginning, Subhanalladhi Asra. Asra mean in Arabic is walking by night. Night journey. And then after that he say bi'abdihi laylan, his servant at night. So how can Allah Azza wa Jal mention things two times? Asra, like he's walking by at night, and with his servant at night. So there's something wrong. Either there's something wrong with the Quran, or there's a miracle behind it, or there's a secret behind it. And for sure there's a secret behind it. If you're gonna stay all these years thinking about it, at the end it will unveil a huge secret that you will see what's going on. هلا سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى. يعني Allah took him as a journey in teleportation from that place to that place. We analyze it by science. What at night the most significant things that doesn't exist at night? Night usually. There's no light. There's no sun. Okay, so there's some affection between you teleporting from place to place and the sun. As of the sun will cancel it for you. For example, if you want to teleport from place to place in the morning, it will be very hard to achieve. If you want to teleport from place to place at morning, will be very hard to achieve. Why? Because there is something in the sun will cancel this. So at night, there's nothing. At night, it will be clear to achieve it. Okay. So if we study the sun mostly, what's the thing that we always avoid from the sun? Something called neutrino, which these neutrinos we cannot avoid. We called it the ghost particle. The ghost particle that exists in the sun, we cannot avoid it. We receive millions of them by day from the sun, and they pass by us. Nobody even feel it, and they don't do nothing. But the Quran, I'm given here a science that the Quran proved we will be able to use the neutrinos, for example, anti-neutrinos, if one day we'll be able to achieve it, to go teleporting from place to place. After all this, we ask, can a human being teleport from place to place? Yes, we will have this kind of technology, and the Quran proves it. The more a person become pure, the more he's connected to his soul. The soul, the spirit that we talked about, will give you this energy to vibrate more. Your atoms will vibrate more, and then this vibration will guide you to a point that you will be less dense. And when you are less dense, density of your matter that we live on, our body, will make us go from place to place faster. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet Muhammad, when he used to walk, by walking, even just normal, like just walking normal, he will be able to go faster than everyone around him. And people they used to ask how. He's exactly like us walking, but he's faster. Yes, why? Because his dance with the gravity is less than you. When you are less, you will fly faster.
You're lighter.
In reality, atoms, even if, let's say, I'm now a solid with a solid, I'm trying to hit it like this. Okay, we will hear a sound, but in reality, even atoms, they don't interact with each other. They don't touch each other
Pass
either.
through each other.
No, they don't even touch each other.
They just pass through.
They don't even pass through. No, I mean with the pen, and now I'm hitting because this book is blocking this pen.
Saying the atom from the pen don't touch the atom of the book.
Yeah, the atom of this pen does not touch the atom of this book. And many people, they think when we touch things, we are really touching them, but in reality we don't touch things. No two matter can touch each other. Why? Because the electron is, when it's orbiting, it's flying so fast, it will avoid you to touch anything, because there's a force field that's avoiding you of touching things. So when you become the matter inside, every atom will become less denser. You'll be able to go through it. Not just go through it, you'll be able to travel from place to place in a very fast manner and very fast way. And now, if we study the science, the old science, we talked about it before, especially in something called sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is based from 4 matter, and the 5th one, it's still a secret matter. What we call the first matter is fire, and then the second one is clay, and the third one is water, and the fourth one is air. And then there's the 5th element, that it is the spirit of all of these ones, and then the human being will be in the middle. Okay, each one has a form, geometrical form from those ones. That's why, for example, the clay is represented by the cube. The cube, the regular cube. If someone studied this kind of science, the regular cube is representing the clay. And when we go to Hajj, to perform Hajj, pilgrim, we turn around the cube. The cube. Many people ask, why the Kaaba? It's not, when we go to Hajj to Mecca, it's not circle. Why this shaped? Yeah, in reality, circle exists in one place. In reality, exists at the very beginning of time, when Allah created everything from Nur Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Inshallah, we'll explain that in a further lecture. It's strict science, too much deep science. It is too deep science, but with those circles only exist there. But after that, everything has a geometrical form, and this geometrical form, it's made us, made by us, and we make it. It made us this, and we make this one. And it is like a tree, like a triangle. It will go always by a flow. We have three stuff: spirit, self, and spirit, self, and mind. Everything go by those three. We talked about it before. Inshallah, we'll repeat those ones later in different lecture. But it go by three. The more you reflect between those three, it's like a light. For example, when we get 3 mirrors together, we put a light, and then this light reflects by the first mirror to the second one, and from the second one to the third one, and from third one to the first one back. But when light is traveling between those three, it is taking the property of every mirror. Is this mirror clean? If this mirror has something bad in it, is it 100% reflecting light? No mirror can reflect 100% light. So that's why light at the end will fade. But if will fade in a regular matter. But let's say if we have something like a spirit in the middle, and then this spirit is always continuously giving you this energy, and this energy is floating by those 3 mirrors, you're always gonna be having this light connecting the energy. But you need to clean those mirrors, and those mirrors represented by your heart. We mentioned it before. The more those 3 mirrors are clean, the more light will go through your brain, and the more you will know. The more, usually the spirit, like I said, is outside. It's outside our world. The spirit, outside our dimension, but we are connected through this light. In the Bible, they say, "Let there be light," and then after that, there the creation. We don't really mind that, because the first light was Nur, the Prophet ﷺ, and from everything was created. What we call it singularity. So, can we teleport? Yes. Without using regular technology? Yes, we can. But since we are now here and we are far from that, there is a secret that mentioned in I will mention it now. I mentioned it before, but I'll repeat it. The place of Saba. You know Saba, Sheba with Prophet Sulaiman. When, I don't want to mention all the story what happened, but when she entered this temple, remember? She entered like a small temple, and then many historians, or even people who interpret the Quran Al-Karim, they said mainly he made her enter this temple because he want to see her legs. But in reality, that's not true. In the Quran, legs mean the pillar, the whole dunya and the whole al-akhirah, the hereafter. Those two. So when she entered this temple was made by water, under, and then after this water, by some high vibrational gems, what we call them, different type of gems that has high science. Someone who has expert, they're very expert in that. And when she entered this place, she would be able to see all the heavens from that place. So her body, what we call it, resonated from place to place. Every one of us, we have something called resonation. The more you purify your body, your body become like a gem, and then this purification will give something in different place. Will give you like a different body in different place, and you'll be able to use this body to go from place to place. So with Sheba and Nabi Sulaiman, Prophet Sulaiman sallallahu alaihi, he was able to do her that because she purified herself. Even before she purified herself, I mean when she entered that, he used the water, the gems, to vibrate with her body, and then she was able to transfer from place to place. But with us, let's say, if you purify yourself, you don't need the gems or the water. You can go from place to place. So this is how we should purify ourselves. In the future, inshallah, I will mention more how we should purify ourselves. But for now, we need to understand just the concept. It does exist in the Quran. I mentioned it in Surah Al-Isra. Rasulullah, he was able to go from place to place. Why? Because he was purified. He was able to teleport from here from place to place, and from earth to heavens, to the last place in heaven, even where the angel Gabriel, he couldn't enter to this place. Why? Because if he enter, he will fade. His energy will go away. Why? Allah Azza wa Jal is this huge, big, we cannot say his energy, but he created energy. But if someone get closer to him, he doesn't have a place, by the way. There's a secret in that. But if the more closer you become to Allah, if your atomic structure, material structure, spiritual structure do not hold that, you will immediately go away. It's like you're inserting 1 million volt in a wire that can handle 1 volt. Too much energy will blow it. It will go away. That's why Gabriel, he said, "This is my place. You can go. You have more light and you have more purity. You'll be able to go further to Allah Azza wa Jal, to His throne. Not Allah Azza wa Jal, but to His throne. But with the angel, even the highest angel, he couldn't even go further. So with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he came to us, he's our savior, and from this form, he preached to the way of Allah Azza wa Jal, and he's teaching us how to be pure more. And since we are his follower, inshallah, we need to be taught this kind of lessons for us to perform or to achieve the higher position in Islam. Any question for this? Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.